Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, I will be reviewing the Bear Grylls Ultimate Survival Kit. Stay tuned. Let's quickly look at the packaging. Of course, with all Bear Grylls products by Gerber, there's usually a picture of them doing something heroic. This is the ultimate version. There is a basic version. I wanted to go ahead and review what they consider the best version. So I just wanted to give you a quick look at the packaging before we start opening this up and seeing what we get. For the opening of this package, I will be utilizing my Recon 1 by Cold Steel, which has been my carry knife for about the past month. Really love it, by the way, and highly recommend it. I didn't mention the price. Price is about $37 to $40, depending on where you purchase it, what part of the country, or, hell, what part of the world you're in. You might not pay dollars. So you get a nice pouch with a zipper and a whistle on there. I'm not going to blow it because it's pretty annoying, and it's adequately loud. You get your singles. If you have like a helicopter overhead and you're trying to relay information, get some basic ground-to-air signals there. We'll set this here. And you have a waterproof pouch. So let's see if this $37 to $40 is worth it. Get the survival guide that you get with all Bear Grylls products. It's okay. Again, my only gripe about this is it's not waterproof, but you have the pouch to keep it in, so that's good. Some wadding to probably start a fire with. Have a fire starter. Have some string. We have an emergency blanket or spacesuit, some copper wire. You could use this for maybe setting a trap or tripwire of some sort. A little sewing kit. A saw. This is, let's go ahead and take this out of the bag real quick, because this is kind of cool. This is where you would bring it around a branch or a tree and saw this. And we'll take a close look at this here in a minute. But I do want to say that this is not a very cheap one. This one, they actually have some turnbuckles on there, and as you can see, they've attached this rather well. Better than what I've seen as far as the cheaper ones that are in Walmart. Get a light. A little flashlight. A little fishing kit. This is a singling mirror. It still has the protective cover on it. Get some small line or rope, if you want to consider it rope. It feels like a polymer type. Looks like you get another whistle. They give you two whistles, that's strange. Looks like an empty bag. And you get some matches with a striker. So that's everything that you get. Oh, forgot one thing. Gerber Clutch. One interesting thing is that I don't understand is that there is a Bear Grylls version of this. Why they didn't put it in the Bear Grylls Ultimate Survival Kit, I don't quite understand. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at this Gerber Clutch. Now, I've reviewed this before. It's actually a pretty good multi-tool. It's just a little bit chunky, but pretty good. It is sufficient. Now, as far as having this ultimate kit here, you're left with a relatively small blade. And we'll go ahead and take a really close look at that edge real quick. Let's see if it's sharp. Okay, so it comes sufficiently sharp. No problem. Am I doing that in the camera frame? Okay. Other tools that you get here are like a little screwdriver, and I believe these are the tweezers. On the back you get a nail file, whoops, sorry, and a screwdriver, and a bottle opener. Where's that nail file? I'll get it, there's the nail file, which is pretty good. You're out there and, you know, getting really gross out there trying to survive. At least you could keep your nails clean. So, not a bad little tool. Let's go ahead and take a really close look at the blade. I have a new tool that we could use to take a close look at the edges of knives, and I'd like to start using that in my reviews, and this could be the first one as a surprise. What I have here is something called the Clot. It's a toy in the toy section where they have all the spy gear, and Target was selling this thing out for an unbelievable low price of $20, and you hook this up via an RCA cable to a TV. $20 to give you the capability of looking at something at 200 times power, in my book, is a pretty good deal, even though it's a toy. And it's battery operated, so I have this little switch here. We'll go ahead and turn this on. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and bring you up to the TV here, or yeah, my TV, and show you that I can put this in front and you can actually see the knife. And we could take a close look at the edge of the knife. Wouldn't that be cool? So when I do reviews, I could show you the edge of the knife. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in to the TV here. And then I'm going to show you what the edge of this knife looks like. Look at that. So actually what you're looking at is, you know, the machining at the edge of the blade, and this is almost like micro serrations. Actually, this could be desirable in a knife. It could make it cut better. It's sort of like little micro serrations, but as you sharpen it, you can possibly take those away depending on your sharpening method. Now I'd like to go ahead and show you something else. I was showing you, let's zoom out real quick, that this thing came with this saw. So I'm going to go ahead and unwrap this little hand saw, or pocket saw is what they call it. Trying to do it in camera frame here so you can see it. And I want to show you how this cable can actually cut by showing you that under the microscope. So let's go ahead and zoom back in. So you can see it's sort of like a wire wound around a wire, you know, almost like chains around your tire or your wheel to give it traction. I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but that wire that's wrapped around the other wires, sort of perpendicular to it, help remove wood as it's scraping whatever you're cutting. Pretty neat, huh? Now, without this microscope, the closest I could hope to show you what this looks like, there we go. Go ahead and help focus it. Would be something like that. So I just let you take a close look at that. So now I'm going to ask the question, is the Ultimate Kit by Bear Grylls, Ultimate Survival Kit, worth 40 bucks? Well, I want to say almost. Not quite. I think it's missing some essential items that you would really want in a small survival kit like this. One very important item, which is found in most other prepackaged survival kits of this size, is some sort of band-aids of some sort, or bandages, and some like towelettes to disinfect, some sort of alcohol towelette. It would also be nice, and I can't believe this doesn't have one, by the way. This is the one thing that I noticed right off the bat. Doesn't have a simple, small compass. You know, this thing only cost a couple of bucks. I think they should have added a small compass into the kit. And I'm going to go ahead and, you know, put these items in the kit and wrap it back up so I actually have a good survival kit. Another thing that it's missing, because you know, if it's not part of the multi-tool, I guess, you know, this, I'm talking in circles here. This thing has a bottle opener. What it doesn't have is a simple little can opener. You know, in a survival situation, a lot of your food, long-term storage stuff that you have or might come across will be in a can that you require a can opener. You can get these for a couple of bucks in your surplus store. You know, we used to call them John Waynes in the Navy. But either have one of these or have a multi-tool that has one of these as part of your survival kit. So another basic that should have been included in this ultimate kit. Now we're going to talk about some niceties. You know, those were the basics that I believe should have been in this no matter what. Then they could have added just a couple of other things. They could have maybe had a couple of pieces of maybe waterproof paper and a writing, like a pencil or something to write crap down with. Some towelettes to just wipe yourself off, because, you know, after a couple of days out there you could be getting pretty nasty, which, you know, is fine, but then you run the risk of getting an infection. So you might want to like wipe off your feet or something. You know, I mean, this sounds stupid, but, you know, you could get pretty nasty after a couple of days out there trying to survive, especially in hot weather. And you need to, if you're not around any water, clean water to wash yourself off, these towelettes could be a lifesaver. Other things, I don't know if any of you have ever seen these quick Clot things. They're starting to show up in some of the big box stores. I actually got these at a Technologies show a couple of years ago, but like if you're bleeding, you just put this stuff on and it helps stop the bleeding. It clots the, you know, your cut or whatever, so you don't lose as much blood. Would have been nice to maybe have a couple of those in there. Drinking water. Maybe a couple of pills to sort of disinfect the water. There's all kinds of different products on the market. Maybe a couple of those would have been nice in the kit. And I don't know, the only other thing, can't open this thing. Alright, there we go. This light that comes with this is a little cheesy. I can't even figure out how it works. Alright. I can't figure out how it works. It doesn't want to turn off. But if you're looking for a light sort of like this, you can find these for about $8. I actually found this on sale for nearly $3 at Target the other day. This is my favorite light. I have this on my keychain as part of my everyday carry. I love it. This is probably the best one for the money. It's steel. It takes a beating, and it has a high, low, and blinky setting. Really good. So I would replace this that I can't turn off with this. I figured it out and I didn't have to read the instructions. This is like metal here, and this piece of plastic moves forward and then you pull it back to turn it off. It's what a stupid design. I don't like it. This feels cheap. Plastic here. so I'm not too crazy about this light. Gerber makes a lot of flashlights. You think they could have gave you a better one than this. In conclusion, to answer the question of whether or not this is worth it, and I would recommend it to you, my viewers, subscribers, friends here on YouTube, I hesitantly say, yeah, it's worth 37, just about worth $40. All these individual things do probably add up to about 40. If you look at some other prepackaged survival kits, they all are slightly overpriced for what you get. But I would consider this like a base to build upon. If you're not a type of person that builds everything from scratch and is really into the whole survival thing, this is a good base. And again, add the things that I said were good basics that should have been in this kit that are missing, and just build upon that and see how much you can sort of pack into this package. Kind of challenge yourself how many goodies that can make life survivable you can get in here. Now, while I was doing some research on the survival kits and trying to get ideas of things that were missing in here also, I came across this interesting survival in a can. I'll review this sometime in the future, but I thought it's pretty cool. This thing was about 15 bucks and actually packs a whole lot of stuff, and it includes even the basics that I mentioned as far as band-aids, and I'm not sure if it actually included a yeah, it does. It does have a compass right there. So even this thing has a compass, band-aids. You even get like a little bouillon cube to make soup and tea, and comes with some antiseptic swabs and band-aids, and even a fishing kit. And this thing really has an amazing amount of stuff in this little can. And just looking at this without opening it up, I would say this was definitely worth 15 bucks, $10 to $15. But this is like borderline. I'll say go ahead, but again, this is a base to build upon, and then you need to add, the inexpensive basics. This, by the way, compass was like $2 or $3, and throwing in a couple of band-aids and antiseptic wipes and things. It's just a couple of extra dollars, so it brings the total up to about $40 to $45 to get a really good kit going. So thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and you for stopping by again and listening to boring me, and hopefully we are learning something together. If you have any good ideas to throw stuff, that I didn't mention that you could throw it here that's inexpensive and small that it can fit, comment below. Or, I don't know, if YouTube sort of changes something again, maybe comment this way or this way or this way or whatever. Have a great one. See ya.